Yeah, shot. Swing. Shot, Johnny. Okay, Ashani, thank you for a great day and some beautiful golf. Well done. Keep it up. Obviously, keep working on the same things we've been working on. They're really we're starting to fall into place yesterday. And then let's start that journey about how to sort of think correctly and, really learn about the game and how to bring the margins in our favor, that type of thing. On that exact note, okay, this is a really, really prime example here. Okay, so not necessarily the toughest par 3, especially if you play smart. I've got no issue with the club selection, etc., etc. But, you got a hole with all the trouble, a little bit short, but all the trouble on the right. Okay, and you are just, you're aiming right at the trouble. Feet a little bit closed. Shoulders and club are not bad. Okay, but you're aiming just right of the flag with the shoulders and the club head. Okay, feet a little bit right of that. Okay, so basically we could neaten it a little bit, but basically you're aiming about here. Okay, and if you look, that's where all the trouble is. Okay, but over here, can't quite see it, but we know that over here there's no trouble here, and there's no trouble here. Okay, so we should be looking sort of edge of the bunker or between the bunker and the flag. Okay, and we should be hitting this and aiming to hit this golf ball. Okay, there. That's where you want to hit it. There's going to be plenty of holes where there's no trouble in front of you where you can go sort of more directly at the flag. This is just not one of those holes. And a simple thing like that, would have really sort of made a difference in shaving the shots we're talking about. So for now, we're looking at the triples and the doubles and how can we save shots there. Okay, but let's look at the swing as well. So if I just play it through first, okay, a lot more speed. All right, pretty good leg work. Really good leg work, actually. Okay, really good set of the club. All right, and we can see the leg work. Look how that left leg works. Okay, so what I was saying to you is on your bad swing, that left leg doesn't work well, and these arms pull a little bit early. All right, this particular one, obviously, we just stood up on it a little bit. We can see that, right? I think you probably did that about 2 or 3 times the whole day. It just happened to be, this was one of them. And it's good that we got that, because the rest of them, or a lot of them, were so good. But it just shows you that we must still keep working on it. Okay, so a little bit of change of height there, which was such a pity because it was actually a good golf swing. Little bit of change of height, a little bit of poor alignment or poor target selection, and we ended up with a really good move and a really good swing, hitting that one in the water and making a double. So those are the types of things we want to avoid. Okay, and a lovely swing, yeah, nice set, really aggressive leg work through the ball. Okay, and this one, you pounded this one down the right hand side. So that's the finish we want to have when we're on the fairway, when we've got a 7-iron in our hands, when we've got a hybrid in our hands. That's the finish I want you to use all the time. And then that low left shot won't come in. Hi Ashani, thank you so much for a wonderful, wonderful day. Obviously the golf has improved quite a lot, so we're super happy. And then we see in that video, still every now and then a little bit of this, standing up, and still every now and then a little bit of that, setting the club, hinging the club better. So that's probably what happened on the Saturday, a little bit of, went back to a little bit of that, and then it wasn't quite working nicely, right? Okay, so let's just go through there. So let's start off with the chipping. We've got that chipping set up. Okay, we've got that chipping set up looking good now. Narrow stance, middle ball position, leaning forward. Okay, so now what we're trying to do is control the different swing lengths. Okay, to make the ball carry the distance that we want to. Okay? And then you ask me afterwards from there, do I release the club? No, you don't release the club when you're chipping. Okay, you hold the club off like that. Okay, there's no release. Only time we're going to release is if we're going over a bunker. Okay, but then we're going to go wider. Okay, longer, and then we will release the club. Alright, more like a golf swing basically, like a sort of slow, shortish golf swing. Okay, so that would be pitching over bunkers. Chipping, narrow, lean, nice and short, and no release. Okay, right, into the golf swing itself. So we like what's happening. As I said, the height control and the hinging, we'll keep working on that. Alright, and now what I want you to do is start working a little bit on your alignment. So figure out which part of the fairway I'm aiming at, or if you're hitting sort of a longer second shot, figure out which side of the fairway can I aim at in order to make my next shot that little bit easier on the angle. Okay? And then that one thing that I said to you, and I've mentioned it there in the video, unfortunately I didn't get a video where you made that sort of bad swing. Okay? But the bad swing is to do with the change in sort of backswing position and the change in timing, in rhythm, right? So the bad swing happens when we get here, okay? And then the first thing that happens here is this arms throw out, shoulders open up, and we come down and across the golf ball like that. That's the bad swing. Okay, the good swing is when we get the same position, but we use the legs first. Okay, club automatically does it. You don't have to think about it. All you have to think about is this and that. Okay, into and get off that right foot, and the club will follow you. That's why we set that backswing like that, so that club can just follow you. Right, so just keep an eye on that. Especially I would say with the fair shots, you seem to have a lot of confidence with the driver, but sometimes the fairway shots are the ones where the arms go and we just never get off the legs. Okay, and then from there, with the iron 7, iron down, 7, 8, 9, pitching wedge, whatever, okay, we're going to get that ball position further back. We don't need it from there. We're going to get that ball position further back. Once again, that's so we can hit the ball at the right point. We don't hit our irons on the way up. Otherwise, we're going to keep hitting them thin. Okay. And the last thing, obviously, we spoke about a lot, and then we had a separate discussion on the mental game, which I apologize for. I wasn't trying to put you on the spot or anything. I was just trying to make a point of where I think you can focus a lot of your energy. So we're going to start off learning this mental game. Okay, it's a lifelong journey, but we're just going to start learning about where do I land the ball and where does the ball finish. Okay, and all the sort of variable factors that might be in play when I do that, with the different clubs, the different flights, all that type of stuff. Okay, the real fun stuff. Okay, so obviously a hybrid coming in flat will land and roll 20 or 25 meters. A 9-9 coming in high will land and only roll 5 meters, and so on and so forth. Right? So our 3 biggest ones I want you to work on right now is, what is my maximum carry distance? We're setting your maximum carry distance at 100 meters for now, and we want to know what club that is. I'm guessing it's about a 6-iron, okay, a well-struck 6-iron, but it might be the hybrid. Okay, so it's one of those 2, and that's carry. So you can comfortably make sure, okay, I know I can carry that bunker, I can carry that water, I can carry whatever it is I need to carry with that 100-meter club. Okay. What happens after that is then the roll, obviously that's what we're talking about. Along the same lines, we're going to set the 200-meter plot marker. So once you get to 200 meters and in, okay, I want you to switch on and go, how do I cover this last bit of yardage in 2 shots as easily as possible? It's not always 3-wood, 5-wood, okay, or, you know what I'm saying, either the 3-wood and the 5-wood, and then a pitch. You know, that's not always the case. Sometimes it's easier and better to hit 7-iron, 7-iron, whatever the case may be. So once you get inside 200 meters to the flag, so 200, 180, 190, all those distances, you stand there and go, right, I've got 2 shots to get this ball as close to the hole as possible. What's the easiest way I can do it? Can I hit a 7-iron down the left and then an 8-iron onto the green from that angle? Can I chase a 3-wood all the way there and then flick a little wedge on the green? Okay, just keep fiddling with it and figuring out those ideas. And then the last one of that, learning that mental game, or that decision-making game, should we call it that rather? Okay, so we're going to just play with the putting speed a little bit. Okay, so I want you to learn how to hold putts at 2 different speeds. Okay, so we need to practice putts with a little bit of break, and we're talking putts of sort of 1, 2, 3 meters, somewhere around there. Alright, and I want you to stand there with 2 balls and go, okay, if I hit this ball on the right edge firm, it will go in, but if I hit it outside, 2 or 3 balls outside the hole with low dying pace, then I can get the ball to turn and drop in the high side. Okay, and I really want that to start dialing in your touch and your pace, and sort of how to make decisions about what is the right pace to hit for that particular putt. So those are 3 sort of game management, course management skills we're going to concentrate on. The 100-meter carry, the 200 meters and in plot, and the putting speed, holding putts at different speeds. Okay, learning and starting to figure out all that stuff, okay, is where we're going to find those shots that we're after. Thanks again, and yeah, we'll chat soon.